Greetings, Leo and Leo rising. This is your Western forecast for November 2024. I always start with the new moon. The new moon is one every 4 weeks. Where it falls in your chart is where your priorities, intentions are being drawn to. This new moon will be in Scorpio on November the 1st. So right from the get-go, all of November, your attention is on the new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is 4 signs past Leo. So a lot of your attention and priority, 4th house, home and family and real estate. The new moon in Scorpio is very introspective. It's very soul searching, does its research, gives a lot of emotional depth, especially with family matters. And this new moon is going to be trining or in harmony with grounding, stabilizing Saturn. So all your 4th house goals, family events, remodeling, moving, property investing, where your attention is being drawn to, the Saturn is helping you accomplish those goals, bringing longevity and stability. Mars is the warrior planet, the athletic planet, the ambitious planet. Mars goes through all the signs every 2 years. November the 3rd, ambitious, assertive Mars goes into Leo. Now, it's going to be on and off in Leo for a long time, which I'll get more into in next month's video, because Mars is going to go retrograde in Leo December the 6th through February the 23rd, where it retrogrades back into Cancer, and then it stops and goes back into Leo. So it's going to be hovering around Leo instead of for 6 weeks, for maybe 7 or 8 months. Now, when Mars every 2 years, well, this time it's slowing down. Could be Mars may only retrograde in Leo, offhandedly, maybe every 24 years. So the Mars usually goes through a sign for 6 weeks. But Mars is going to start slowing down by the end of this month, stopping December the 6th in your 1st house. Mars in the 1st house, at least for November, is really motivating you to take the lead, initiate new projects, be more confident, more aggressive, more ambitious. It's good for health and vitality, good for really taking risks, being a fighter, fighting for your rights. That's that Mars in your sign. And it could be you taking big risk, Mars in Leo, with these 4th house matters. But before I break down what's going on with the rest of your chart, especially as Mercury, decision-making Mercury is going retrograde at the end of November. So that's going to be pretty important. So before I break all this down, if you enjoy these types of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a direct link to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer. All right, so all of November, with that grounding, stabilizing new moon in the 4th, all these 4th house matters are going to be one of your prime priorities. Family, real estate, remodeling, moving, family events. Now, and then Mars, you're just taking the lead, being very aggressive, ambitious, and like, we're doing this. So whatever 4th house matters, that Mars, you are you're like going for it. Mercury is what is on your mind. What are you thinking about? What are you discussing? Mercury, it's going to go retrograde November the 25th. But on November the 2nd, Mercury, discerning decision-making Mercury, goes into Sagittarius, a fire sign, compatible with Leo, a fire sign. Now, Mercury will be going direct, where there's less clarity, attention to detail, making plans. Sagittarius is 5 signs past Leo. And so your mind is going to be all focused on 5th house matters. But November the 25th, it retrogrades, remains in Sag in your 5th till December the 15th. I'm sure you've heard it many times, the whole month with Mercury in retrograde. Expect the unexpected. There's a lot of changing of your mind. There's misunderstandings. So it's really good for doing a lot of revising, re-editing. And then you got much more focus and clarity of mind when it goes direct, releasing all that confused energies, December the 15th. Remaining going forwards with more clarity, more focus in the 5th house until January the 8th. So Mercury is usually in a sign or a house for 3 to 4 weeks. This time it's going to be there for a solid 2 months. It's all you're thinking about, planning, and discussing. The 5th house is the sector of romance, creativity, children, in business, risk-taking, investing, with play, sports, gambling, recreational activities. And with Mercury, you'd be interested in learning about it. But let's start breaking this down. So there's a main theme, main emphasis on family or your home. Your Mercury, what you're doing a lot of planning and discussing, is in the 5th house. Now, the 5th house can be children. And the 4th house with the new moon can mean family. You could be having a big family, organizing a big family reunion. Here in the United States, it might be for Thanksgiving, as an example. You could be beautifying the home. The 5th house is all that beauty and creativity. The 4th house, the home. You might be thinking about expanding the home, remodeling, or moving, if you're also thinking about enlarging your family, because if you're in that, if you're at that age and you would like a family, you could be really discussing it and planning it this November, December. That goes along with that is Venus, the planet of love and desire and creativity. It's in Sagittarius the first 11 days. So there's all that love of fun and games and romance and vacations and maybe the desire to conceive. But November the 11th, the Venus goes into Capricorn to December the 6th. And so that last couple of weeks, Venus, that loving, desires energy, the 6th house, well, that's good for your job and working conditions and more camaraderie with coworkers. But the 6th house also deals with health issues and self-improvement and diet and exercise. And if you were to get pregnant, you would be really focused on maintaining a really healthy regimen. Or if you're just discussing about whether or not, is this the time, should you try to conceive a child, you could just be in the planning stages And then Venus in the 6th house was, well, I better get healthy. I better start exercising and eating right and no alcohol and no cigarettes. Got to get that really strong, healthy body if you're even thinking about conceiving a child. Now, Pluto has it's been in Capricorn since 2008. I've talked about this 100 times. And then last year, it left Capricorn, which was impacting your job and your body maintenance. In the spring of 2023, it briefly went into Aquarius. Then it retrograded back into Capricorn, and come November the 19th, it was in Capricorn one last time, September, October to November the 19th, at which point, later this month, Pluto permanently goes into Aquarius till the beginning of 2044. It's usually in a sign for 20 years. And Pluto is all this major transformation and strong desires. But in Aquarius, it's the opposite of Leo. And the opposite represents the significant other, marriage, partnerships. So you could even be thinking there could be a big life change with this desire to have a family or having a baby, and you don't necessarily have to get married in this modern age, but there would be, your whole life could change with a commitment, with a relationship. Now, the new moon is on the 1st, planting seeds with your focus on home, family, real estate. And it's trine Saturn, so it's giving a lot of accomplishing your goals, bringing a stability, stabilizing. 2 weeks after the new moon, around November the 15th, is the full moon. The full moon brings to light what the new moon was planting seeds for. And the full moon get to see what's working and what's not working. Well, the full moon is in Taurus, which is 10 signs past Leo. So the full moon in the middle of November is putting a major emphasis on career. That's the 10th house. And the full moon is at 24 Taurus, and unpredictable, exciting Uranus on that day is at 25 degrees of Taurus. So to have the full moon when everything comes to a head, a time of culmination, being impacted by Uranus, there could be these very exciting breakthrough energies with career. Could even be career opportunities that come in out of the blue. That's Uranus. But it started with the new moon in the 4th house. And that could be real estate or investing in real estate. And then you get to see by the 15th what this exciting breakthrough energy could be. Now, and back to the Mars, that Mars in Leo is you are so ready to take big risks. Now, when it comes to business, Saturn, taskmaster, responsible business Saturn, it's been retrograde for a few months every year. November the 15th, on the day of the full moon, Saturn goes direct in Pisces, which is 8 signs past Leo. When Saturn was retrograde for the whole world, business, economics could be more cautious, more sluggish, more slow, more worrisome. But November the 15th till next summer, it releases. And it's in your 8th house. So you're getting much more serious and focused with business matters with 8th house. 8th house can be joint ventures, negotiating business contracts, getting business loans. It's a major financial area of the chart that you're starting to get more focused on. The 8th house can be mortgages as one example, and getting loans and grants. And the new moon for all of November is putting a spotlight on perhaps family matters, real estate matters. And then with Mercury and the Sun in Sag in the 5th, that could, just in business, that could be taking a risk with investing. A financial investing could be around real estate, and with Saturn in the 8th house is getting the mortgage or going into a business partnership. But with that Pluto also going into Aquarius, that could really indicate a lot of huge changes in your life through marriage, through partnerships. And the last thing, Venus in the 6th house, November the 11th through December the 6th. Venus is also the planet of beauty. And the 6th house can be body maintenance. And many of you, I would do it before Mercury goes retrograde on the 25th, but if you're thinking about having any cosmetic treatments, do it between the 11th and the 24th. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.